Hi, I'm Eleanor Silverstein, and today I'm talking with Jay Gruenke, who will be presenting at our upcoming Feldenkrais Guild of North America conference. The conference will be in Boulder, Colorado, June 26th through 30th. The title of Jay's workshop is How to Make Running Possible, Easy, and Elegant. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. So this workshop is for a lot of different people. For Feldenkrais practitioners, for experienced runners, and for people who would like to run but just doesn't seem to be consistently possible for them. So for each of those groups of people, the same issue is probably at issue in different ways. And so the workshop will meet them where they're at with this issue, which is the ability to harness impact and convert it into movement. So, impact is kind of the bad thing about running, right? It's what people dread. It's the thing that does the damage. It's the thing that's uncomfortable. It's the thing that maybe makes running bad for you. But in fact, it's the thing that drives running. And when you learn how to use the impact instead of suffer the impact, then it makes all the difference. And it can take you up that ladder to possible, to easy, and to elegant, and even gazelle-like. So the thing about running is it's defined by having a moment when neither foot is on the ground, when you're in the air. And that makes it different from walking, where you always have 1 or 2 feet on the ground. And so the thing about in the air is you are always springing off the ground and into the air. And the impact is the thing that loads your spring. And for it to do that and then make you spring off the ground in a forward direction optimally, is you have to know where your springs are. And so that's the lesson that I'll be teaching. And the lesson is a classic Feldenkrais lesson, but when you bring it into the context of running, the significance is completely different. And it really does make running go from feeling like a pounding to like a joy. So for Feldenkrais,
I love that idea because everybody, and especially at any age, starts to get worried about pounding. Do you talk at all about running on different surfaces and how we use ourselves in terms of that if we're running in the city versus out in the nature?
Sure. Well, that's a big issue because it also has to do with then what is on the sole, what is between the soles of your feet and whatever surface you're running on, which is it's the same part of the same issue, right? Are you using your own springs or are you relying on external kinds of impact absorption? And when something outside of your body absorbs your impact, then you don't get that back as propulsion, regardless of what the shoe companies might say. So
that's a thought.
Yeah. So that will be part of what we talk about. Really movement-wise, it's about how do you do that in your own body, and then more surfaces become possible. Because what you really want is versatility and to be able to meet the demands of this situation. If you want to be running on a trail or on a dirt path or on a running track or on a road, which that has the reputation for being the most pounding, right? But myself, I'm a barefoot runner, mostly on paved surfaces. And paved surfaces are what I recommend for barefoot running, especially to my clients who are just learning barefoot running, because it gives you the clearest feedback.
Okay, so I was just going to ask if people needed to bring any special gear like running shoes or anything to your workshop.
Well, that's a good question. And we're going to be doing just a little bit of running. So if you're familiar with Feldenkrais lessons, you know that each awareness through movement lesson begins and ends with a scan. And for this workshop, the scan will be done running. And so if you have a normal kind of running footwear that you wear, then by all means bring it. If you are not a regular runner, if you don't have running shoes or whatever, that's fine. I'm not at this moment sure whether we'll be doing our running indoors or outdoors, depending on how big the space is. But as long as you have comfortable shoes, just don't wear your high heels, you should be fine. And if we're indoors, you can really just work in your socks or your bare feet. And if you like being barefoot outdoors, then you can even do that there.
Wow, that is so wonderful. I am so looking forward to meeting you at the conference. And
Well, likewise.
this is great because you are about making something complicated into something not complicated, and you're making it possible, easy, and elegant. So, Jay, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to your workshop in a couple of months.
My pleasure. I'm looking forward to teaching it, and I hope to see everyone there.
Thank you.